Yo, I am HyphenX, and welcome to the Great Conversation Podcast, where we indulge in healthy dialogue about topics that are important in today's society and culture. Man, guys, we are in for a treat in the land of stimulus checks and unemployment benefits. There are ones that are showing us how to truly get it out the mud. I got a good friend of mine. When I've been knowing him for a while now. This is my bro. I got brother Henry on the show today. What's going on, bro?
Man, you got it, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Man, I'm just happy to be here, man. That's all.
That's what's going on, bro. Now, brother, I didn't really do him justice when I was giving his intro, but my man is an author. My man owns a school, and you don't have an educational background. Is that correct?
Nah, it's hard knock educational background.
This is amazing work that is being done. Now, today's show, we're talking about. This is why I reached out to my brother Henry here, because today's show we're talking about self-improvement or self-sabotage. You choose. It comes down to a choice of what you want to do. Now, before we get started, I just want to bring up just a few definitions. So, improve, make or become better. Better. To make or become better. And now I want to look at what we say sabotage would be. Deliberately destroy to damage. Deliberately. On purpose. Purposely destroy to damage. And the most important, self, a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others. So the essence of who you are. Self-improve or self-sabotage, which one do you choose? Brother Henry, I just want you to tell us about your path of self-improvement. What did you do to improve, and what were you improving from?
Well, it's a good question, man. Self-improvement is always varying degrees based on where you're at in life. Self-improvement. Some of us get it quicker. Some of us get it not as quick. So I wasn't of the quick ones. I wasn't of those who got it right away. Right. I improved, when I was from being a teenager to hit my 20s, I made great improvements in certain areas, but not well-rounded areas. Right. So I was great. I went from getting high to not getting high. That's a great improvement. Right. I went from drinking to not drinking. That's a great improvement. Right. I went from not being spiritual to spiritual. That's a great improvement. And you can have those improvements there, but self-improvement is a lifelong journey that's based on improving various different aspects of your life. And so a lot of times, at least in my experience, I improved in one area, or two areas, or three areas, and completely forgot about the other areas, right? Most importantly, I didn't improve in the area of financial literacy of building wealth, of making money, of being, established and improving and creating a successful life for myself. So because it took me so long to get to that portion of self-improvement, like I had the other stuff down pat, book reading, avid book reader and network and all those types of things, man. But for some reason, not for some reason, I know why. I just never touched on financial improvement. And when you don't have, that's a major aspect in any of the major aspects of your life. When you don't have that in order, it throws everything else out of whack, no matter how much you improve in other areas. And that's a big one. Now, money ain't everything, but it is up there with sunlight, oxygen, and water. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's definitely something.
Absolutely.
It's definitely something. I can, bro, I can relate to you on that, because I saw that there was places in my life where I was improving on, but that money thing, it just came with so much baggage. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like what it stands for, what it could do. The evil almost trumped the righteousness that can be done with money. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't on display. You know what I'm saying? It's not on display. Right. Like we don't. When people do good works, all of a sudden they become so humble that they want no one to see. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's not broadcast and no one knows. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can get that, because like the money aspect was like I'm reading books, I'm getting knowledge of self, but I was broke.
Facts.
I was I was broke. I was out. Now I ain't trying to come down on nobody, but if you know, then you know. I was giving plasma.
Yeah, I've been giving
plasma. They were telling me that what I was doing to save, it was $25 to save a life. That's how much it was worth.
Twice a week. They're gonna hit that lick though.
Run it up,
man.
That's crazy. So like on your path, right? On your path to self-improvement, right? On your path to self-improvement, you may run into some folks, you know what I'm saying? Some people call these guides, some people call these guardian angels, some people may call these mentors, you know what I'm saying? How important are mentors, and how should one go about choosing their mentor?
Man, today, if you ask me in 2021, having good mentors is everything. Like, I did a poll one time and asked people, would you prefer $1 million cash, or would you prefer 5 of your top rags to riches mentors sitting with you for 8 hours each, telling you how they became rags to riches and giving you game on how you can do it? And most people choose the money, and that's the wrong answer, right? Because if you have $1,000 and you blow it, you ain't gonna maintain 10,000. And if you have 10,000 and you blow it, you ain't gonna maintain 100,000. And if you had 100,000 and you blow it, you ain't gonna maintain 1 million. And you're not gonna sustain it. You're not gonna create a system, because having the money doesn't make you wealthy. Having the mindset makes you wealthy. So having a mentor is everything. Like the recent success that I've seen, me and my wife, is due to having mentors and following their instructions and reporting back. It's that simple. And the thing is, I had mentors when I was younger, but it was like in one aspect. So I became great in the aspect I improved in. Like I was on top, the man in that aspect, but I failed in these other aspects because I didn't have well-rounded mentors. I thought my single mentor in one area, like if I got a spiritual mentor, that's cool. But if my spiritual mentor can't show me how to check a bag, I need to find a check a bag mentor. You know what I'm saying? And then if I'm married and I got a spiritual mentor, or maybe a check a bag mentor, but I don't have like a marriage mentor, I need to find a marriage mentor, or my marriage gonna have problems. So you gotta have these role models in front of you that can show you how to get great in areas where you want to get great at, where you need to get great at. And for me, man, it's everything. If I didn't have mentors, role models, coaches in front of me right now, I wouldn't be where I'm at in life right now at this very moment.
If I was to say to you, bro, if I'm gonna say a phrase to you, and I want you to respond. Ocean full of you have to swim through an ocean full of failure to get to the island of success. What
Agreed.
what 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 does that say to you?
Man, it's it's truth, man. You know, failure is a two-sided perspective. One side, people look at failure and they want to quit because they didn't achieve what they wanted to achieve. But really, the road to success is paved in failure. All failure means to me is that I didn't quit. That's all it means. If I
Mm,
fail and then I know that I failed, but I'm still going, it just means I didn't quit. So I fail a lot more than I succeed consistently. There's a lot more failures than there's successes. And you have to be willing to go through failure. Like that analogy is great. If the island is out there, you got to swim towards it. It don't matter how long it's going to take
mhm.
you. You know, you're going to get tired. You might got to float a little bit. You might got to recharge. You might got to, get your mind back right. But you got to swim to that island. ain't no ain't
Yeah,
no
you
doubt
gotta.
about it. You got to swim to that island if you want to get success. And most of us, when I found just studying myself and my long journey and watching other people, most of us, man, we may get halfway there, get tired, and float back to where we started. We don't keep the momentum going to push us towards that island. But that island is everything. That island is where all your dreams are at. So you got to go to
Yeah,
that island, become hella high water. You got to make it to that island.
and then that's facts. And I like the way you said that sometimes you may just have to float. You know what I'm saying? You may have to wade in the water for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, to gather your thoughts. I think when people think people think success, right? Or failure, they look at failure. Let's talk about failure for a second. Because failure is one of the main ingredients in success. And it really gives it that pop. It kind of tell you like the part that you don't really like. I could have, you know what, if I would have added this,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? This would be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So like that failure, like I remember, man, I had a lot of failures back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? But like
That's real.
like idea after idea just not panning out. You know what I'm saying? Not panning out. Now, I will give myself credit in the aspect that each time I got a little further. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it always seemed to collapse. You know what I'm saying? And that became that weight right there. You know what I'm saying? That what brought me into like a self sabotage. You know what I'm saying? You know what, man? This is not meant for me.
Mm.
The proof is right here. I keep failing. I'm not gonna drown. I'll just swim back. I'm just gonna swim back to shore. I'm gonna swim back from where I came from. I'm gonna swim back into the mediocrity. I'm gonna swim back to the not really wanting too much out of life and just coasting
Right.
through. And you know what I'm saying? You know, looking at the wrong side of humbleness. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking that humbleness just means be quiet and content. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna swim back to it. You know what I'm saying? But that I why do you think people fail to succeed? Or
Man, you
why
know
are
what?
people success? Let me ask it a different way, Henry. Why are people successful at failing?
That's a good one. See, here's a similar analogy to what you gave, right? I looked it up. I don't know the exact
Mm-hmm.
hours, but when a ship leaves the dock, say in New York, to go to like I forget what this place is called, like Hamburg or something like that. Hamburg, Europe. It's an 11-day
Mm-hmm.
trip, right? In the beginning, you can clearly see where you're starting. But for those 11 days while that ship is at sea, you don't quite know where you're at. Like the captain has an idea, but for 99% of the trip, you can't see where you started, which is good, but you also can't see where you're headed. And imagine you've been out to sea for 5 days. After
Mm.
5 days, you're like, man, we should be there by now. That's how most of us are with success. We like, man, I've been out here 5 days. I've been out here 6 days, 7 days, 8 days. Translate that to I've been in business 7 years and I haven't hit it yet. I haven't hit gold. Like this ain't for me, right? And so even though you could be closer to your goal than you were when you started, if you don't have something that drives you to continue on, most people will turn back. But the captain of that ship, he knows, like, I got to get to this location. It's 11 days away. But you might be, and here's the thing, you could be on day 11. That's what most people get to. You get all the way to day 11. You only got about 3 hours left. But 11 days and 2 hours in, you still can't see your destination because it's still too far out to see. You're only going to see it the last hour. You're going to see it when you get like 20 or 30 minutes away. Now you can start to see land. But other than that, all you see is water. So now you 30 minutes away, you know what, let's just turn around and go back. But all you had to do was stay forward a little bit longer and you're going to arrive at that destination, right? And so it's difficult because most people it's hard. You got to have faith. Like, that's it. You got to know that this ocean got an end to it somewhere, right? Because you don't know, did I make a wrong turn? Is it the wrong direction? I'm supposed to be going west, but maybe I'm going north. So now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't know because you're in the middle of the ocean. That's how entrepreneurship is. That's how life is. That's how success is. Like, success is right there. But, you know, for whatever reason, we run into these obstacles, man. It might be a storm at sea. Maybe some whales out there turning boats over. Maybe you seeing flares go up. You're like, oh, it's dangerous out here. People shooting flares. So on that journey, you're like, man, I want to get there. And so a lot of us, man, we don't get to that other side because we turn back, we quit, we give up. You know, we turn that ship right back around because at least we know if I go back where I came from, at least I can see my starting point. And the craziness is, you know, the reason you left your starting point because that wasn't what the starting point wasn't what you wanted in life. You left for a reason. You left for a purpose. But you think going back is better than where you can go to. And that's the self-sabotage, man. That's the self-sabotage we run into often, man. All of us run into it at some point in time where, you know, we just give up the ghost instead of going forward what we're supposed to go forward with. So that's the cycle, man.
So what kind of qualities, you know what I'm saying? Like mentors are very important. Mentors are very important on the path, you know what I'm saying? Because even on your way to self-sabotage, like, you will bump into your mentor, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going back down the path, you know what I'm saying? What qualities should one look for in a mentor?
Man, you know, it depends on what type of mentor. You know, for me, I have a lot of business mentors because my business mentors are showing me this is how if you do this is your little 6 figures. That's not enough money for you. If you do this, you're going to get 7 figures. 7 figures ain't enough money for you. You got to really break 8 figures to really start playing with money. Okay, so now I need to be around people that when I have conversations about 8 figures, don't get scared, right? Like, if I'm talking to somebody, hey, I want to make 8 figures in the next 2 years. And whoa, that's a lot of money. That's the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? That's the wrong person. That person is not who you want to be around because they can't feed you, right? I need people. And here's the thing about a mentor. That same analogy with the ship, your mentor is like your GPS, right? You look, the mentor, listen, stay straight. Okay, at this, go left here, go 30 degrees. You know what I'm saying? The mentor is guiding you and they're giving you the roadmap on how to get there because they've already done it, right? They're like, okay, I made 7 figures. I made 8 figures. I have this many successful businesses, companies. I've been married this long. I have, these accolades, these achievements, these accomplishments. I've already done those things, so I can show you how to do it. So if you don't follow the GPS, if you don't follow the navigation, it's there for a reason. So most of us, we don't bump into our mentors on the way back unless it's on accident. We try to avoid it. So imagine you get in the middle of the ocean, like, I'm done with this GPS. You throw it away. But the GPS was guiding you. That's gonna get you there. But it's we gotta believe that even when it gets tough, like in martial arts, you might feel like I'm never gonna get this belt. Like the sensei or whoever, man, the dojo master, he's really pressing me. I'm never gonna get this belt. But the whole time he's making you better. He's guiding you there. It's just not comfortable. And we want comfort.
Yeah.
So because it's not comfortable, we run from it. But if you run towards the uncomfortability, when you get there, you're going to be even more comfortable because overcoming that major difficulty is going to put you in a more comfortable spot, So, man, it's mindset. It's really the mindset. What mindset do you approach success and failure with? If you approach success and failure like there's no going back, and you're committed and you're dedicated and you have mental toughness and you have grit, you're not going to quit. No matter what happens, you're not going to quit. If you approach it wishy-washy or if you approach it like, we'll see. Well, we'll see. You get exactly what you think. So as a man thinketh, they say, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I used to hate when people used to say that to me. And I'm like, no, man. I used to be like, no, man, that's not right. Look at my condition, man. Look what I was born into. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? You know what I'm saying? No, man, as a man thinketh in his heart, you know what I'm saying, he is. Nigga, no, the hell with that. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? The white man got his foot on my neck. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like what are you talking about? No, you're only oppressed because you choose to be oppressed.
Facts.
Okay, now you're crazy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think personal responsibility and accountability, you know what I'm saying, has a major role to play in one being successful in self-improvement. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near the difference between self-improvement and self-sabotage. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like taking this pure responsibility for your own actions. You know what I'm saying? Like even when it comes to choosing a mentor, because there's people out here that are great mentors, but that may not be the mentor for you. Like you
Facts.
said, if they come out and they don't see your vision the way that you see your vision, then it's okay to remove yourself from them. That's
Absolutely.
fine. That's
Absolutely.
fine. You know what I'm saying? We have to see and understand that our vision is simply that, our vision. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? It's our vision and what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to get there. Like you said, you have to continue. Now, I've been loving watching you and your team, your wife, uh, moving about. You'd be dropping these free jewels,
We
putting
do. We
together
do.
these
We do.
great these great workshops. Tell me a little bit more, and the people listening right here on the Great Conversation podcast, a little bit more about the empire.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Well, first thing first, man, is I realized that I don't have to be great at a lot of things. Matter of fact, all I got to be great at is, or be average at, is being a student, right? And being a student means that recognizing that I can learn from any and everybody. And that whenever I see greatness in other people, if I tap into the greatness with other people, all I got to do is align that person up with what it is I want to do, and it's going to make me look great. Because people are great where they're great at. So, like Drake said, I got a real big team. You know what I'm saying? I got a pretty big team. People see a lot of me because I'm out front. They see the figurehead, they call it, right? They see the spokesman because I'm the mouthpiece. So they see me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But what people don't see is my team, right? They see me, they see my wife, but they don't see my team. And my team is comprised of people who are better than me, smarter than me, greater than me in their areas of expertise in their own lane. And so I let them work out in their lanes. Like I don't I was on a call today, right? Got a young brother from my tech team that works with my publicist, and we're lining up a press release. I asked him, "What's your opinion?" Right? He come to me. He said, "Man, you know, man, we got this, we got that. You know what? How you want to make this move?" I said, "What's your opinion?" Because you're the expert, right? You're the one who, in that area, is blessed. I'm just following your lead, and then once you put me in position, I'll close the deal. I'm a closer, so I'll close. But
Yeah.
you position me, and that's how it is with everybody on my team, man. Like my wife, so my wife makes me look good, right? Like we got within our school, we have a publishing company, right? But of that, I'm great at rounding the people up, bringing them in, getting them together, marketing, getting the word out, advertising. That's my thing. But the actual technical paperwork behind the scenes, making sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, that's my wife thing. It works for me because I don't got to do it. So where she's strong, I'm weak, and I recognize that with everybody. So to build that team up, man, you want to build an empire. That's how you build it. You find people that are
Yeah.
strong in their area, and that's what we've done, man. We got people that a brother just came to me the other day, said, "Man, do you know how to do this?" I said, "No, sir." See, can I show you? I said, "Yes, sir." You know what I'm saying? You talking about making some bread? Yes, sir. Like yeah, he
Yeah.
tried to show me. He showed me. I'm like, yo, that's so simple. Why nobody never showed me this before? But I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert at it. I called my team up, or one of my teams, and I said, hey, I found somebody that can show us something of value. I would rather bring him in and try to tell you because he's the expert, you know. But if we follow his lead, we can make a lot of money doing this over here. So let's go follow that lead. Now, if you don't, I'm gonna do it regardless, right? But I'm giving my team the option because I'm gonna do it. Like, I recognize it, I see it, right? So it's gonna happen regardless. But I'm giving options. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's real. I love the way you said that. Like the team, everyone in their own lane headed to the same destination. Absolutely. Everybody should be able to go full throttle. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saying this a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do my part, and I'm gonna do it well. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love basketball so much. You know what I'm saying? For you to have, it's so much like, it's a team sport. You can be a dominant basketball player and not be a champion. You can be a dominant basketball player and maybe not even, make the All-Star every year. You know what I'm saying? But in order to be a champion, you have to be on a championship caliber team.
Right.
In some respects, that's what I'm going to say. That in some respects.
Facts.
In some respects, but that's why I love that. Like the team. I think we romanticize nation building. I believe we romanticize unity because we want to say that it's all inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not. It is not an all-inclusive club. Everyone doesn't get in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Open to everyone, but everyone does not get in. You don't get in. Your team has to be for your goal. Your individualistic goals have to fit a collective train of thought. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I want to be a great speaker. Oh, you want to be a great event planner. Let's hook.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's link. You plan the events, I speak. I'm going to do my part well. You're going to do your part well. The money will come. You know what I'm saying? That's how you link. Like, I'm so big on the link.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've always said this. Like, I've never really had a job that I didn't get based off, like, if it wasn't for the hookup.
Right.
Knowing somebody that knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? I never just kind of walked in like, oh yeah, this me. You know,
right.
it's like the power to hook up. So when I say that, that's a good segue into what I want to ask you next, bro. Like the power of networking. You know what I'm saying? How does a brother like you? I've known you to have a plethora of different occupations.
Lots.
How does it?
Lots.
How does it? How does a brother
jobs at least fired?
Man, fired, terminated.
Man, done deal.
Man, good luck to you in your future endeavors. You're fired. You know, how does a brother like you get into the educational field? You've also are put together a board, you know what I'm saying, non-for-profits. What else are you doing? And how can others network and link with you?
Man, I link with anybody, man, is because there's value in everybody. Here's one of my secrets, man. In business, you have to be very clear on what it is you're doing. So I'm a business coach, right? I do business coaching. And I ask my clients, can you tell me in 15 seconds what it is you do? If you can't tell me in 15 seconds what you do, you're not clear on what you do. I won't put the sister name out there. She's a good sister though, but she's a stylist. So I asked her, like, what do you do? But you think it'd be simple, right? I just do hair. But because she does more than hair, she couldn't say in 15 seconds exactly what it is she does, right? But if you don't know what you do, how can I know what you do, right? So the first thing is you got to get clarity on what it is you're doing. Because right now, if I go into my network, one of my mentors that he'll be speaking at my event on May 1st, he's worth at least 100 million, right? I got another mentor that's worth 900 million. Another millionaire called me yesterday and said, I want to link with you and show you how to raise this money that you're trying to get for the school to help y'all with your fundraiser. Prior to him, a week and a half before him, another millionaire called me up. These are all multi-millionaire, 8-figure earners that I'm talking about. And so on my school board, we have millionaires, right? Like, so I found out that I had this ability to attract millionaires to my idea because my idea was extremely clear, right? Somebody said, well, what is it that your school does? Well, we teach automated education plus entrepreneurship integrated with hands-on skill development. That's what we do, right? 5 seconds. That's what we do. Very clear. So I try to explain to people, me having all these hookups doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't translate good for somebody trying to get a hookup, right? It depends on what the hookup is, because I can introduce you to my people, but if you don't have if you all don't have a commonality to link on, it's not going to do you any good, right? If you're not doing something that they can help you with in their lane, it's not going to do any good. So people, a brother said to me, man, this is crazy. He said, I seen him at OG. What's Big Homie? I seen him at the Big Homie Olin Bell house one day programming my Fire Stick. Brother said, man, I want to be like you, bro. He's like, I've been watching you for a while. I want to be like you. I was like, word, what you mean by that? Because, like, I'm trying to get like some other folks. Like, what you mean? He said, man, I want to be a boss. Like, I want to tell people what to do. I want to delegate. I want to, like, kick my feet back and, watch the people work. So I said, man, you have a real skewed view of what I do. I said, if you think all I do is kick my feet back and delegate, I said, he's like, well, I might go to the store and I don't see you there. Well, yeah, you don't see me there because I'm working someplace else. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
right.
So I said, man, I work like 16-hour days consistently. Like, this is my daily grind because we're not shooting for 7, we're shooting for 8 figures. And I'm trying to explain it to him in a way he understands. He's like, but man, when I see you having fun, like, oh, you on Dinesh podcast, you on a Great Conversations podcast. Yeah, but I do podcasts consistently because I have to put the word out about what's going on. Like, I'm doing a movement. So I think my team said I had to do 200 podcasts. So that's work, right? And from doing podcasts, you don't get paid, right? But you got to do them. So it's a grind. You don't get paid to show up on podcasts. It's fun for me because I love to speak. I love to, be in front of people. I love it. But that you don't get paid from that, right? So you got to see the long picture, right? You got to put the content out there to make it. So now, after I've done all these things, I've been out East Coast, West Coast, down South, all these different types of things. I'm just now getting to the point where now we're about to get national attention, right? But that's a long road, a long journey to get there. So, people got to understand when it comes to networking. I got a ebook we're going to put out. I don't know if we're going to charge for it or not, but it's called How to Network Like a Boss. And I interviewed the sister on my school board. She's a millionaire real estate investor. And she was talking about the slowness of her progress. She was like, man, I moved too slow. Like, to get to $1 million took me 18 years. And people nowadays are making $1 million in a couple months. It just took me too long. And so we talk about networking. And so even I've introduced several people to her. But if you're not in position to use her, what good is the link? What good is the network?
Yeah.
If you're not in a position, so you come to her, she's talking real estate. She like, all right, how much money you got? I did this with my investment group when we first started. We got $7,000. She started laughing. Start laughing at us like, I can't help y'all. Like, you're about to do something idiotic. What are you going to do with $7,000? You don't have enough money to get to the game yet. Go find a way to make more money. That's all you can say, right? Like, damn, my little bread ain't, you know what I'm saying? They go stretch.
Right, come back to the table.
Right? So you got to be ready to use the network. When you go network, you have to know what you're going for. And then here's the thing. Two things. I know it's long-winded, but I'm going to hit this point. It's something I teach often.
Go ahead.
There is, in the universe, atoms spin with centrifugal force, centripetal force, right? One of those forces, I forget which one, so I don't want to sound super deep. One of those forces causes the atom to rotate on its own, right? And it spins to vibrate. But it starts off very slowly. It's like a very slow, because to come from a state of inertia to motion, it's a very slow process. Like that atom is, you know how trains when they first start off and it's do 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 do, and it's not going nowhere. That's how it first starts off. That's how business is though, right? When you first start off, man, no matter what, you gotta be the one to cause your own motion to happen. At a certain point though, once you start spinning fast enough, it's like the bathtub, right? When you let water out the bathtub, it starts off slow. At a certain point though, it begins to pick up speed and everything around it begins to get drawn into it. And that's how business is. When you first start off, you got to go get the people you need. You got to go get the team. You got to go get that. You got to go do 1,000 interviews. You got to go write 100 books. You got to be in all those places. But then what happens is, as you start to pick up the other speed, things will start to be drawn to you, right? And I started realizing that. I was like, man, people coming to me about stuff that, like, people of high value. You know what I mean? The brother that called me yesterday, we were having a general conversation. He said, can I speak to you? I said, yeah, what's up, man? Just, what he said, man, I watched your podcast. I'm down here. He said, well, I'm from Atlanta. I'm out here in Trinidad and I want to help you out. I'm like, well, what you mean? What do you do? Then he started telling me, I'm like, yo, what would make a brother like this call me out the blue because he saw the live? Like, what did he see in that made him be like, man, I want to, but it's because of the force, right? The centrifugal force, it's now drawing things in. So now things that I need to make the business better. And here's the sucky part about that. When you first start a business, that's when you need the most stuff, right? As you get more and more stuff, as you get more mass, you don't quite need as much, right? But that's when everything comes. Because you got to, in order for that atom to expand, you got to have the momentum. And most of us kill our momentum before we get there. And so we never get where stuff is being drawn onto us because we kill our momentum before we get there and go back to inertia. It's that same analogy you gave earlier. We swimming, we float back. You know what I'm saying?
All day. Like, man. bro, I'm over here thinking about what you just said. That bathtub thing just got me. Because it is a point where all of a sudden you whoosh, you know what I'm saying? Right. It just start going. You be like, all right, it's coming out now. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's ever like unclogged a tub, you know what I'm saying? A sink. You know what I'm saying? We've all seen that. You know, it takes force to unclog. And when you've been waddling in failure, I'm not even failure, mediocrity. Right. You know what I'm saying? Coasting, existence, just being here. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling out. You know what I'm saying? Not really having too much of a purpose or a drive or anything like that. When you're coming up out of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a little groggy. You know what I'm saying? You will sleep, you know what I'm saying, for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? You might stub your pinky toe. You know what I'm saying? You still rubbing your eye. You know what I'm saying? You got to stretch. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep moving, and I say this from my own experience of just that self-sabotage, just giving up. You know what I'm saying? Like not feeling like you're worthy enough. And one guy said to me, I was watching, he was lifting weights. He said, a lot of people don't understand that the strength comes through the struggle. Because when you're lifting that bar, you know what I'm saying? If you're struggling to get it up, but each time you get it up, you struggle less. You know what I'm saying? You pick up a heavier weight. You know what I'm saying? And then the process begins again, but it's not as taxing. Because the strength that you've already gotten from the struggle from before, so like all these analogies, I will say this. There are people that are like analogy and like YouTube motivational speech junkies,
Absolutely.
Like all that means nothing if you don't apply. Knowledge means absolutely nothing if you don't apply. But you have to first go seek the knowledge. Brother Henry, let these people know where they can go get your book so they can get some of this knowledge that you be dropping, these jewels.
Man, well, the book right now is in the Lulu bookstore. I guess when I finally push the button, it'll be available everywhere. But don't buy it at Amazon, all right? Matter of fact, I'm going to make it so only My audiobook is available at Amazon because Amazon eats your profit, right? I believe in self-publishing all day, so self-publish. But definitely you can get that book in Lulu. And on top of that, you can get all of my students' books in my school. All of our children are published authors. My wife is a published author. She puts out a book every couple of days, which is crazy. And she's a machine. I don't know. She just works. And we're finding out now, man, that, you know, I don't know if it's any 80s babies watching, but the book game is like the crack game, man. So,
It
you know,
is.
crack money might have dried up, but book money is legal. And
Right.
you can move books, man, and make decent money, man. So I implore
That's
people, man,
real
if you
talk.
don't have a book, you don't have a brand. I tell people all day, you don't got a book, you don't got a brand. So cop my book. I got a new book coming out. Are we gonna no? Well, I didn't want to release it. It's probably come out in a couple months because my investment group has a book coming out at the end of the month called Grindhouse. Grindhouse presents the blueprint. So we'll put that book out. I got a section in there. My wife has a section. All the members of our group wrote this book. So you'll be able to get that. Then after that, because I'm about 8 books finished right now, ready to publish, like ready to go.
Whew.
My next book is the book I'm most excited about for this whole year. It's called Entrepreneur Mafia. That book is dope. So you gotta rock with the mob, man. MOB, we out here, yeah. Entrepreneur Mafia, man, we out here.
Oh man, y'all got me ready
listen.
to go put my steppers on.
Yeah, man. Entrepreneur Mafia. Listen, man. When you gotta slide, folks gotta understand, man. It's all about that MOB, man. So Entrepreneur Mafia, that book could be out in a few months, and that's gonna be lit. Trust me, that book, I wrote in, you know, I try to write in a way where, like, especially young Black entrepreneurs understand and get it, and it clicks. You know what I mean? So this is one of those clicking books. When you get it, you're like, oh yeah, the mob is out here. You know, you're gonna start seeing mobs pop up everywhere, man. Entrepreneur Mafia, we out here. So check for that.
Hey, that's what I'm definitely gonna be checking for it. Real talk, real spit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's always honored to bump into you again on the path, bro. It'd be so great. And then I love seeing the progress. There's always something different with you.
Yeah,
every time.
Man.
Every time, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
it'd be crazy. Like, man, like, y'all understand, man. Like, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know what? I'm gonna ask this because my producer say I should ask this question to people who know me. Brother Henry, give me any type of recollection, memory, anything that you have of HyphenX, the host here at Great Conversation.
You mean before, like from back in the day?
Anything.
I'm gonna say I just tell
anything.
Folks, I just tell folks me and D go back far enough that we know to turn up us. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. we know to turn up us. You know, so the version you seeing today is the better version than the young and wild version. You know, but yeah, man, like, you know, so don't think we like fell out of heaven, man. We didn't just pop up here. We got here out of hard work. Like, it was a lot of hard lessons to get here. So, you know. That's what it is.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Hey, y'all, go cop my man's book, man. We'll have some things in the in the description, guys, that you guys can just click some links so you guys can go support and also do business, and also go see what he's doing with the blueprint with teaching the children. A lot of people say they care about the children, this, that, and the other, and then there's other people that actually, you know, saying get out here and actually get done, and also showing them the blueprint. I love the fact that all the children they're published authors and they're able to sell their books. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you guys are showing them what to do with the money. So I know that's another aspect of it.
That's a whole other conversation. You know, we got a black owned bank for that, my man. Yeah, we got a whole movement for that. You'll see it on the news soon.
Yeah. Hey, you know, we're gonna bring you back, bro. We're gonna bring you back, and we're gonna probably do something called the blueprint. Like, we need you to lay the blueprint for us, man. And then people who don't want to go by the blueprint, that's you. You know what I'm saying? That's you. It's about sink or swim. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I am the I am HyphenX, man. This has been a great conversation, guys. Catch us everywhere that you are listening to your podcast. This video for this podcast will be on our YouTube page as well. Don't forget about our sidebar conversations that are on Tuesdays at 10:15 a.m. Well, let me say this. 10:15 ish. okay, a.m. Tuesdays. But in order for those shows to happen, guys, we have to hear from you, our listeners. So go ahead, email us at the Great Conversation Let's Talk at gmail.com and give us a whisper, some type of scenario, anything, story that you guys want to talk about. We'll leave it anonymous. Okay. So anything that you guys want to talk about, you guys are able to come onto our sidebar conversation, click the link, come on live, and you guys can listen to it there. We also have another exclusive show for our audience that is exclusive to just to our podcast. Okay, so you have to follow us on Spotify to have access to these shows. These are our great conversation in studio. This is when I'm just in the studio with some of my homies, and anything can happen, guys. There's no to what we're talking about, okay? And there's no video for this. It's all audio, so you don't know what's happening while we're talking. Okay, so we got all types of things going on, guys. Follow us on TikTok. That's gonna be our rant show. I know my producer's like, stop telling them everything that we're not doing yet. But we will get it done, okay? This is live. Hold on, guys. Also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and grab our book from the Great Conversation Podcast, HyphenX, the thoughts and quotes of HyphenX. Guys can get that right there at Amazon, or you can also just click on the link. We got a couple other books there too. Just type in Dennis Cochran in your Amazon, boom, he pops up everywhere. Okay, I am HyphenX. This has been the Great Conversation Podcast, and always remember, you don't always have to agree to have a great conversation. Peace.